Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Timberborn. As you see, we are running out of water before the end of the drought is done. But we aren't running out of water for our beavers, and we aren't running out of food for our beavers. We're just running it out of it here. That's fine. That is something that we can work on. However, we have added this right here, which means that we will no longer run out of water for our trees before we run out of water, period. Which means we won't end up with, half the growing season of our trees. However, we have started growing these right here, the oaks. That is definitely worth bragging about. Let's see, how far do you actually reach? Okay, so this is really the end of it. So, let's add oak on the one little spot that we can. In there, might as well plant them while we can. Cut trees. Almost got them all. Okay. So, yay, got some trees here for felling. That's good. We are flooding our colony with water, but that's just because of oversplash. That's good. Everything about this is working great. I was worried that we'd go and back up on floodwater with only having 2 of these, but that seems to be more than enough. What is it? With 3 of them, that's 0.6 m for flow rate. That seems to be barely just enough. That seems to work out fine. Let's cheat. Let's see if we can go and get up another tick. Is that going to keep you from flooding? Yes, okay. Fantastic. So if that's going to keep you from flooding, we can go all the way up to 9 for you, can't we? Nope, not 9. 8.5. 0.85. Should be enough. There we are. And you at 50. Good. Good. Okay. We started gathering chestnuts, but we don't have a place to go and put them. That's fine. I can't imagine they're going to be too much of a food source as of yet. However, that is a-okay. Let us increase the priority of our storage for our chestnuts, just so that we can actually, continue harvesting them. I know that they're going to want to complete the dam first, but why are you guys overflowing? Why are you overflowing? You shouldn't be overflowing. Thank you. You're overflowing because of this. Because you built one more and then... that's why. Everything's all messed up. And it's creating sloshing effect. Gotcha. Okay. Sloshing we can deal with. Yes. Okay. So... haven't had a bad tide in a while. Not that I'm complaining too much, but these droughts are getting longer and longer, and I think that the bad tide would probably be shorter and give me, continuing power. And my current problem is I don't have the wood that I need. yet. But another drought is on the way. That is fine. And our mini dam is done. Fantastic. Alright. So that means that no more wood is going to be going to this for a while. Eventually, I'll probably extend the dam out and just, have it fill up from the bottom. That seems conceivable. We'll probably cut off this last row of farmland too. But that is a future problem. Not for right now. As of right now, though, we have water. We have bad water that we're working on. We still don't have the wood. And 85% for 30 days. 15 is 50. Half of that would be 7.5. So another 6 days until any of this becomes viable. That is going to be harsh. But it's about all we really can do. Oh my goodness, you guys have been doing things. Whoa, who am I to stop you from doing things? Wait, that means that we're almost caught up on all the important tasks. Oh my goodness. We've almost made it to the next stage of things. Nice. Drought has started. That's the annoying part. Alright. You just keep pumping. You go and get all the bad water you can. You guys keep on doing what you need to do. We're missing planks. We don't really have the wood for it. But as long as we have the power, might as well use it. Don't have much for wood. We're going to switch you to just that. So we're going to stop bringing the wood all the way over there. And we're going to have you obtain. There we are. That should be enough. I have to be careful with the wood as well for food purposes. Because both the grills do require logs. Now, they don't need much for, what do you call it? Per unit of food. But they go and, cook food over and over and over again. So they do burn through it relatively fast. So that is what usually ends up being the bottleneck for each civilization is wood. Wood is just the, bottleneck for every last one of these little civilizations we have. Um, so, while we're here, let's look at automation. We'll do depth sensor here and here. And the reason why we're doing those depth sensors there is because I know that that is too deep hole. And when they actually do finish the platform there, I can set one to at 1 meter and one to at 0.19 meters deep. And then all we need is the centrifuge should be doing its thing. Now, I have one other thing that's been a real problem, and that's we haven't ever had our water full since we upgraded our waters. And that might be why we keep on running out of water so flippin' soon. It's because these two are just pumping away. And the water's just going bye-bye. So, it is 20 days. Oh my goodness. So, we have 27 beavers. 27 times 2 is 50. Let's say 60, so we can do half of the time. Half of the 20 days currently. Thankfully, we do have water stored up back here, but we are still shy of our full water situation. Let us turn on our lumberjacks. Let's get those going. We're just gonna pause you guys for now. Does that work? Okay. This is also finished. So let's go and connect these two powers. That's 400, that's 500, okay. So, when we get these things powered up, we should be able to go and run everything. Alright. Alright, we're out of bad water there. Pause you. Got both depth sensors going. When it is below when that is greater than, okay. When that is, okay, so when that is greater than, when it is less than, 1 meter. We'll turn that one on. When it is greater than 1.9, that one will turn on. Good, good. All right. Now, what should we work on next? We really should work on paper, but I'm going to do a terrible, terrible thing, and we're going to go straight for the centrifuge. Water, centrifuge. Boom. And then storage, medium storage, right there. And we're going to go, here we are, extract. Planks, gears, and metal blocks. Okay. So the only thing that we don't have running is gears. That's fine. Alright. So it seems like we need slightly more beavers. So we're going to open that one up. That opens up a few more beds, which means that we'll have just a few more beavers. Good, good. And then we're going to have to work on how to figure out how to get sparkly planks. Which means that we'll want to not tear down all the pine trees. That is an interesting problem to have. And my cat just knocked things down from my desk. Alright. And I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my dog is now, you know, crying the cry of her people. Whimper, whimper, whine, whine. Because, again, she doesn't understand me talking to my computer. Alright. So now at least we have intermittent power. So one more thing that we can do. We're going to need planks, gears, and metal blocks in order to go and build a gravity battery. Which means we need to have that all before we build the first gravity battery. Because we're going to put it right here. Which means that these will not be powering these. So everything about this is going to be unpowered and then repowered. But at least it'll keep constant power when it does. But first things first. Centrifuge, so we can get the memory node. Memory node, so we can do automation and have beavers less occupied when they aren't needed. Because right now we still have one beaver that's sitting up here trying to go and keep this up, and this is slowly failing. That's fine. Don't mind that slowly failing. Just want it to, you know, not fall too far below. Alright. At least it doesn't seem like we have a wood problem anymore, because we are slowly gaining up. We just have a power problem, and a power problem means that we don't have planks. No planks means we aren't moving forward. it is just Sisyphus all over again. And it is one of those things where we haven't really had the bad tides that I usually run into. Usually run into way more bad tides, especially early on. We had like 3 bad tides, and then it's been drought after drought after drought after drought. And that's what's been, really inhibiting us. Because we've specifically put this up here, and it would have ran during bad tides. But our productivity has been, intermittent and sparse. Alrighty then. And we have 6 babies. We must have had a whole bunch of death. But we do have a well-being of 12, which is surprising. Let's do other things. We can do things. Let's here we are. We'll put a lantern and a lantern right there. That way both of those will go and get taken care of. What's the next thing in our stuff? Next thing is roofs. But we aren't dealing with roofs yet. Next thing really is monuments. Rotate, rotate, rotate. So put that monument there. They'll use up all the wood and be happy little beavers. And we'll have a huge jump in well-being. So, there we go. My goodness, you guys need to start getting on these logs here. All right. Here's that. All right, we still are working on the planks for these. That's fine. Using up all the logs for the monument. That's okay too. We are doing a-okay. Because once that monument gets built, we won't be having any more massive draws on the logs, which means that our foresters will be, our hardwood forest up here will be able to go and catch up easy peasy. Oh my. We really have had a long thing. 11. Yep. All right. Boop. We are barely getting there, but we're almost there. Just need to get there just a little bit further. And one more. All right, now build it. Build it, build it, build it. Before bedtime. Oh, you serious? 97%, and it's bedtime. Oh, you beavers are turds. How dare you? There we go. Wait. Oh my goodness, what makes a sound? Alright. Farmer Monument. It's a +2. We'll take it. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna make the lamps more important too. Won't get it today, but we'll get it tomorrow. High score of 13. Yes. High score of 14. Yes. Do I have campfires? Yeah, I do have campfires. Alright, and I have a rooftop terrace. It's just the one, but we'll take it. Alright, let's see, 14. Campfire, rooftop terrace, that's both fine. Shrubbery and lantern, woohoo. 17, 22, so our movement speed is already getting its good bonus of 15. And work speed is... next is 15. So literally when they sleep tonight, tomorrow they'll work faster. Yes. All right. Really, we have 6 days of this being empty. Oh my goodness. All because you had to keep pumping. Alright. We're going to do some simple automation. We're going to clone you. Put you right there. At 1 meter. If it is greater than 1 meter, automate, bam. Automate, bam. There we are. So at least the pumps won't pump when there's no water. It's not the best automation, but it is something. But with that being said, might as well if we're going to have that anyways. Nope, that's not a good spot either, huh? Alright, so the closest spot that would be any good is that one. Okay. We'll take advantage of it. then we should fill up faster anyways. And if we fill up our main tanks faster, that means that we won't be pumping as much, which means that they won't empty as much, and that will be a good thing. But we have to go and get full first, which is something that we haven't been able to do. We've been able to fill up enough for us, but not enough for filling up the tanks. And part of that is because I just went straight for the biggin. That biggin tank is just, you know, it's a lot for us to fill up. So we still are keeping our wood. So there's one other thing that I can do for preparation later. And that is, we're going to take advantage of the fact that we don't need this wood right now. So we're going to clear up this part. And then we're going to go boop, boop, boop. And set up our trees to be all squared off or whatever. Okay. So that's being that, and then we're going to go like this. Boom. Now double check the cut trees. Oh, I went one over too far. Okay. Trees. Actually, no. I think we're going to put you back on the cutting block. Okay. And we're going to turn you on. And you on. Good golly. And we're going to clone you. Twice. All right. And just before the cycle ends, we run out of water. That is okay. All right. We're going to slow things down and look at our happy little beaver home. Where are you going? Lumberjack flag. Where are you going so early? Oh, he was just hungry, I guess. Needed a carrot. What a weird little guy. Oh my. We were pushing the needing water really close. All right. That is the end of the cycle. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Please be sure to go and like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun things. Oh my, this was such a much longer cycle than last time. I hope you guys had fun. We finally have our wood back. We should have power next up after we go and catch up. We should have a centrifuge as well. But until next time, bye-bye.